Good day. Welcome to a brief introduction on logs, what exactly logs are, and how we can use them practically. Okay, so we often talk about logs in mathematics, but what exactly do we mean? So the first thing to understand is that a log and exponents go hand in hand. Please mind my cursive. Pharmacet says log. Go hand in hand, okay? And what a log basically does is it asks us how many times a base needs to be multiplied by itself to equal a certain number. So basically we use logs to find the value of exponents. Okay, so let's look at that in a more practical sense. So if we have if we have 5 to the power of 2, okay, we can ascertain that this means 25. Okay, so when we take this to a log, if we want to rephrase this in a log format, we will say that log of base 5, 25, equals 2. Because the log is primarily asking us a question that goes something like this: how many times does 5 need to be multiplied by itself to equal 25? And the answer to that is simply 2. So when we are looking at logs, and this is very important obviously when you deal with your inverse functions for exponentials and log graphs, this is an important thing to understand. This is also very useful in dealing with compound interest, trying to find the value of n, etc., etc. But let's just look at this a little bit more for another example. Okay, so a very simple trick to sort of remember how we do this is if we break it apart. If we have x to the power of y equals z, the way that we format this is that we write our log and we will say log x and z is equal to y, because once again we have a certain number being multiplied by itself to equal another number, and the log is asking us how many times does that number need to be multiplied by itself, and this will give us that number of times. Another important quick rule that we can keep in mind for whenever you're dealing with logs is if we look at a log and we say that we have something that just reads log 100, okay, the answer to this is 2. Okay, why is the answer to log 100 2? Because you must remember that if there is no number here at the bottom by the log, we assume a 10. Okay, so log 10 to 100, and once again, what's the log asking us? How many times does 10 need to multiply by itself to equal 100? And the answer to that is 10 times 10. So it needs to multiply by itself twice, and that's going to give us 100. Thank you so much for your time. Hope that this was helpful, and if you have any questions, please leave a message in the comments below, and hopefully I'll do something more robust on logs soon.